Hi, my name is Chantal, and I'll be talking about phishing. In the context, I'll be talking about what is phishing, when it started, how it was started, why it was started, what system does phishing use, phishing techniques that hacker uses, how it works, how to identify phishing, and how to prevent phishing. What is phishing? Phishing is a fraudulent activity that is done to steal confidential user information such as credit card numbers, login credentials, and passwords. Phishing happens when the victim replies to false emails that force urgent actions. Examples of phishing would be emails, text message, phone calls, and applications that is false with company's name. I will later talk about what those examples would be in the further of the PowerPoint. From my own experience, one time is that an application on Facebook that sometimes back then Facebook will show like a link to you that will be sent to YouTube, and it will require your username and password normally. When I type my information, it leads to my account being hacked, and later on, what that same link was sent to other people and tricked them to log in without me knowing. For example, you had to type in your username and password. That is a good example of phishing, which I didn't know phishing at the time. So we're talking now onto the history. January 2nd, 1996, early 2000s, late 2008, early 2010, 2013, which leads to ransomware. So early 1990s. In the 1990s, hacker would be pretending to be AOL, which AOL means American Online Administrators. So they can fish for people's login information and credentials so they can access the internet for free. A group called Walrus Community is known for pirates and hackers who will steal users' credentials and generate random credit card numbers in order to get an AOL account. This type of scam is simple but very effective. Now, early 2000s and 2010, or to 2010, phishing began to evolve through the time. During the early 2000s, not many people knew about phishing, so scammers takes the advantage and pretended to be a trusted company employee to score a lot of money. Later, this led to turn their attention to online payments such as PayPal and eGold. This started the idea of sending false emails that the users need to update their PayPal and required for login information. Once they input their information, that will immediately be stolen by the scammers. So how so in 2008 began the cryptocurrencies, and untraceable payment methods that hackers use to communicate with each other, threat their victims, or cash out the money for the recent scams activities. Later in 2013, it leads to ransomware, which is similar to phishing, but instead you had to threat the victim to give them a certain amount of money, and a hacker gives them the key to unlock the encrypted data information that was stolen. And the picture below right here, this is an example of ransomware. What system does phishing use? Phishing relies on social networking. What hackers use is public sources of information to gather intel about the victim's data or information. Now, what kind of hackers they use to find the victim's background information? They use Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and multiple social medias. These common sources are easy to make a believable email that can convince the users to input their login information. Why? Because sometimes in their app background informations, uh, their username will be used as or shown in companies. Techniques that phishing use. Farming, or known as or DNA cache, which is a cyber attack that redirects a website traffic to a malicious false website. This can be used to steal important information such as credentials or financial. Clickjacking. Attackers use multiple transparent layers to place malicious clickable over legitimate buttons. Tab napping. A phishing technique that tricks the user into entering their own credentials on a false website by having it resemble as the original website. Um, for tab napping, I would say um, actually no, farming, that'll be like the Facebook with the YouTube link attachment that I talked about earlier. That'll be a good example of farming DNA cache. Clickjacking, would that be like advertisements that you be seeing on different websites? For example, if you want to watch your own TV shows on a that has like illegal uh, websites, or no, not I would say website, but a website that has videos, and sometimes they'll have these ads pop-ups on there. That would be a good example for clickjacking. So how does phishing works? Phishing works by sending messages to users or victims that looks like a legit company email. The message will contain a link that takes the victim to a fake website that looks like a real thing. Then, user is required to use their login information, or credential information to use the website, or any personal information in general. Then, the information that is inputted to a false website will lead to the hacker putting false charges onto their credit card. For example, I don't know any good ideas on how or what website can be used for examples of this type of information. But the picture is these examples here are phishing. So these images are the example of phishing that should be considered looking out for. If whenever you see an email that is sent to you by Gmail, Yahoo, or um, any social media that requires your is of that's about your email, look for marked external outside the organization, no email or a different name, typo here, and then if it's too good to be true, it is false, wrong error code, and poor signature. See here, Dr. Roland, and the email shows as Gregory Fonan. Name, different name, bad idea. Now, here is a text message that I found that I was searching for, and this is another way for phishing scams. It says, "Hi, my name is Sue. I specialize in achieving 95% and higher in billing and can save you money. What is best email to send you information?" Uh-oh. Red flag alert. Red flag alert. If they know in order to figure it out if you're, and it's easy to figure it out if this is a phishing scam because they will ask you for your login information. How to identify phishing. Check if the email or messages are asking for personal information. Hacker will try to trick you into revealing confidential information such as credit card information and etc. The only way to do that is to log in or verify your account. Sorry about that, my headphones bailed on me. If email is showing a sense of urgencies or immediate demands, phishing emails often shows a situation where you need to update or claim to verify your account within a certain time before it expires. For example, "Hi user, please verify your login information within 5 hours." Sorry, bad example, but you get what I mean. Using false email address. Phishing emails will often use spoofed email address that appear to be a legit company email address. Sometimes they will use company logos to make it more credible. Links attachments. Phishing emails will always have a link attached to it. That way, the user will be lured into a fake website and have their information leak. Sometimes it will show as a link attachment or a hyperlink attachment. How to prevent it. Know what the phishing emails or messages look like. As it was shown before, check the email address, typo, area code, check if external or not, and check the email or message thoroughly. Don't click the links that are provided by the phishing emails. Rotate passwords regularly. Make sure you change your password regularly to prevent the hacker gaining unlimited access. Don't give your personal information to an unsecured website. Usually, whenever you are creating accounts, they only ask your username, or your name and last name, and what email to contact. Never ask about credit card information. So, like Facebook, for example, when you're on Facebook, you create your own account. So you only ask your name and last name and your email account. Nothing about credentials or anything like that. So don't click on any advertisements on the websites. Like as I mentioned it before, I told you, mentioned that some websites will have these pop-ups or pop-up advertisements, and sometimes that when you click it, it leads to a different website that is not related to the company's or website's information. So some advertising leads to phishing, for example. They will have, please download the ad blocker to block ads on this website. Only trust the website 100% that it is safe. But yes, that is how to prevent from your account from phishing. All done. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps you in the future.